Leave the details to Francis, and I would love to welcome Francis actually. First thing is welcoming Francis today, and Roger, our chauffeur, our driver is Roger. Hola Roger. Well, what we're doing today, I'm gonna talk about the main spots where we're gonna be stopping. Are we gonna have plenty of time to wander around and to do all of this? Yes. Are we? Is there any expectation of rain? According to my Yahoo forecast on my iPhone, it doesn't say any rain. But do I trust it? Nobody trusts these little devices at all, but just in general, it doesn't seem bad. So we're gonna go from here to the capital of the island, Santa Cruz. That's where we're gonna visit, and the order of the visit is up to Francis, actually, because he knows better than me where we're gonna start first. We're gonna do the church, we're gonna do the little museum, and then we're gonna have free time, at least 1 hour. Will it be 1 hour? It depends. Yeah, it depends on timing in town. Then we will drive to La Bodega. That's where lunch is, and of course the most important thing before lunch is the wine. We're gonna have the chance to have the wine and lunch in there, and that is tapas style. It will be different tapas, and taba means the little plate, and it's an Arabic word, tabak. Yeah. Then we're gonna go up to the national park of the Northern National Park, the Mercedes Forest and the Taganana area. Is that okay, Francis? Yeah. So did I say national? No, the natural park. Sorry, natural park. Did I say national? No, it's natural park. Yeah, natural reserve. Yeah, we're gonna be driving here and there, stops to take photographs, and of course the most important thing is listening to Francis' explanation, which makes it all up. Okay, here we go, Francis.
That area, but there's a few years ago they renewed all the area, made a lake, like a pond, a lake in the middle, but underneath they found remains of one of these fortresses. That's why the Castillo, the castle, the castle street. And underneath those where the remains are, the small fortress, the castle down from those Lanzarote. So they bored down, they drilled down, they found oil, but apparently that's not a good quality and not enough. to be then taken out. So, but at that time the oil grids were coming in, so it was adding one on one, no? The oil grids there, and then they were talking about pouring in, drilling in for oil. So then there's a few protests then going on, the ecologists, Greens, no? But then at the end they found the oil, but it wasn't good quality and not a large amount. At the end they refused then to carry on drilling for oil. But then the oil grids are there to be repaired. And the last years, it's important then the port then due to the docks here, was then the bridge. Europe, Africa and America. There's a lot of ships which come in, which do unloading, loading here in Santa Cruz, and the big cranes we'll see as we go along this afternoon. On the main streets then here, the Ramblas. Ramblas like in large towns like in Barcelona. And the Ramblas, which is a walk in the middle, normally with the trees like here, the Indian laurels. Indian laurel trees here, the type of ficus trees in here above, which make the shade. So it's like the garden area in the middle, the path in the middle where you can walk, and then the traffic on both sides. There's then the main streets which cross from one side to the other. Well, it's mainly the grid system, no? The grid system, the straight streets. You'll see which going up, they end up at La Laguna. So streets go from La Laguna down to Santa Cruz. The 19th century was then built in the bullfighting ring, but it's something which is not so popular here on the Canary Islands and mainland Spain. It's quite getting unpopular the last years as well. A lot of protests against as well. Something which is more from mainland Spain, but it's then built in here. You can imagine the expense as well, the cost to bring everything here for the bullfighting. Something which is not so popular here on the island. So it's only been used a few times. I think the last time it was used in the 50s. But then it's been used more for cultural things, more for the carnivals. Carnival of Santa Cruz, which is well known, named after the carnival of the mayors here in Santa Cruz. Now on the left is the Hotel Mensay. Mensay, that was in the Saga catalogue before. I don't know if it is at the moment or not. It was from the Sheraton, now it's the Barrow Star, and this hotel here, the Mensay. I still find some of the houses a coat of arms, some from the military families mainly. Military is the ones which had the land, the water, and the wealth at that time as well. And here in front, on the right now, that's where the military museum is. That was on before the military barracks. Then the military museum then. General Franco was here on the island. He was based here on the island as the general captain of the militaries here on the island. And in 1936, when the Spanish Civil War started off, it was all planned up here on the island. As he was based on the island, it was all the the planning was made here and then went over to mainland Spain. But all the planning, all the reunions, the secret reunions, everything was planned in here on the island. There's then the port here. There's no large ships. Now yesterday and the day before there was large cruise ships down here in Santa Cruz. There's the Armas, the boats which go over then to the other islands, and the Red Olsen, the yellow one now. That's the catamaran.
Scottish here. Why have you got the Scottish flag?
I'll explain that as well. I'll explain. Right, so this is then let's get together a bit nearer then here. This is then the main square then here, the Plaza España. Then the main square, as I said, it's been renewed. It's been renewed then. They've made the lake here, the pond here in the middle. It's not to swim inside. It's then just there. There's a fountain which comes out here in the middle and fills up for celebrations and things. When Tenerife wins something, then maybe they celebrate in there. But normally it's not used for swimming or anything. So it's all been renewed. Then the square. As I mentioned before about the castle, the fortress is then underneath. As we go round, you'll see over that side there's a lining, like a spearhead lining, and that's the one of the corners where the castle was. The remains of the castle, remains of the fortress, which is underneath. Then after there's the museum over there, which I said you can have a look inside then after. Right, the old part of the town is that where the church is over there. You see the tower, the blue star at the bank, further to the left then. There's the main church then, the Conception, the Immaculate Conception. That's the old part, the surround is the old part. So we'll make our way towards there, then we see the church. We'll make our way back towards the Plaza Candelaria. See where the hop on, hop off bus is over there. That's the Plaza Candelaria, and that's the main street, then the Street del Castillo. Castle Street, as I was saying, due to the castle and before. The cross here in the middle is then due to the ones which died in the Spanish Civil War. From both sides, there's always both sides. There's then the cross then in the middle to the ones which died when the Spanish Civil War, 36 up to 39. The building over there where the flags are, that's the Cabildo. The Cabildo is like the council of the island. There's the Canary Islands in the autonomic region of Spain. There's mainland Spain, government mainland Spain. Then there's the autonomic region, so there's the parliament, the Canarian parliament, the Canarian president as well, parliament, the presidency as well. So then each island, apart from that, has its own council. It's the Cabildo, which is the council for each island. The flags, let me just explain something about the flag. You can see the white, blue and yellow flag on top of the building. That's the flag here of the Canary Islands. The Spanish flag's in the middle, the yellow and red. And next to the Spanish flag is then the blue with the white cross. It looks like the St. Andrews. Often a lot of clients say there's a lot of Scottish here. There are some Scots. But then this flag is the flag of Tenerife. There's slight differences in the broadness of the cross itself, the color, the blue color, there's slight differences. But it looks very similar, that's why a lot of clients then think it's the St. Andrews cross. Okay. Right, we'll continue around this way then. the small museum is here down below. See about what I was talking about before about the cannon, Tiger cannon, the one which ordered on Nelson. That's down here down below. This little museum down below. What we're going to do, we'll continue towards the church, and then after we'll be coming back here. If you like, you can have a look then inside in the museum then after. Okay?
It's really worth it. It's really interesting.
Does it have the cannonball that actually
That's where
Nelson's
the
on?
fort. So the red part you can see here,
Just think
the
if
remains
they'd actually
still down below, which is in the middle. Drawn in the middle. That's this part of the castle here, which is down below. That's where the castle was built. As I said, after you can have a look inside then after. That's the one garden there. Yeah, running the paint. There's always a bit of an enigma song that they got to write. All them the colours. People and then put them in. Put the colours that they write. Get a bit of an enigma. Now we have to be careful, not just the traffic, also with the traffic.
Un poquito más, mejor. Un poquito más,
Ahora tenemos otro bueno. Tenemos uno muy bueno.
Vamos por la mañana. ¿A conforarnos? ¿Dónde tú quieres? Okay. Where the coach will be not far away from the museum, so if you want to follow us to that museum, and then the coach will be there. It's not good for health. No. The easiest thing is to set up a second account. Just say it's the coaching part.
So I'm going to go back.
island was at that time, well, yeah, well, the different forts were then, the different castles then, for the defense of the city.
Secret now. Taking back to England. I felt a bit late.
No, see the different time as well. It goes then from back to front, from the history of the town as well. And from the modern times and going back. It's going back in history. From the 21st century then, slowly going back.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Still got something obnoxious on there. Yes.
About the different battles then, the different attacks then, they said about Lake, Jennings and Nelson. Three main.
Right.
And then about the battle. No, it's one of the cannons. It's supposed to be the actual cannon was shot Nelson. No, it's the real one. It's actually this one, or it's his brother.
In the next room.
No, it's been conserved. It's been conserved a lot. It was in different places before they brought it here.
No, it's immaculate.
Oh, they cleaned it, they polished it.
It's raised still. Long use usually wears these down.
In different
You mean it just
places.
came out, shot Nelson,
And then they put it back in.
wall around it.
So there's about the Battle of 1797 then. So as they were renewing everything, the square, and they found the remains of the castle here.
Oh, so they didn't really intend to do this, it was only when...
name of the forest then, the forest, Mercedes Forest, due to the name of the village. That's why the runway's out of the airport, and that's the Speranza forest on the other side. So you can see that clearly the Tade as well.
Why are you coming? Why are you coming?
This is not a good. Coming up through it.
Well, you have to ask yourself why. Yeah.
I mean, when it's clear, you've got a good view of the area and then see perfectly the town of La Laguna below. I can see how green it is, no? This part than here above. And you'll notice on the trees there's this moss hanging on the trees due to the high moisture which you find here in this area. Due to the trade winds here from the northeast. No? Now here the Mercedes Forest where we are in this area.
Who wants to go hiking? Anyone for hike? Sometimes players pay for it.
At least they look good. road looks like a piece of the Chinese wall, huh? And here we take the road then to town down at the coast and look at the bodegas where we're heading to down to the coast area. Now there's fishing going on. Now there's the fishing. Yeah, Taganana today is well known due to the landscape. It's a wilder part of the island. To walk, to eat fish, fish restaurants here, and the beach down below. And in the past, it was well known due to it's a very fertile part of the island. Fertile, rich in water, yeah, from the mountains, and then the forest. And that was the most important things for the first monoculture with the sugar. The large industry with the sugar cane here on the island. Sugar cane and the wine, the famous wine, the Malvasia, the Mamsi wine. Now here, straight ahead of us, see the rock here, see the lion, the shape of the lion. The lion of Taganana. Yeah, from on the left there. That's the lion of Taganana. What we can do is stop a few minutes if you'd like to take a photograph here. And on the left you've got this side here, and on the right you've got the other side then here as well.
I'll walk you down, okay?
Yes, because you don't get taste from here, do you?
And it's a real bad bend actually.
Yes, I was thinking that.
Very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, there's a complete spire straight through there.
Yep.
Thank you.
The mountains of that now is about 1,000 meters now. You can see here on the left the steps here on the left there, that's on the walks. See there on the left? And continues here on the right, that's the wall. That was the old walks then before, no? Used to go from the other side of the mountain down here down to Taganana. Now, so in the past, as I said about the sugar, the sugar cane, which is the main industry here on the island, the 16th century, and the wines, the famous Malvasia, the famous Mamsis, the Mamsi wine, the sweet wine, dessert wine, the Mamsis are now famous, the Canary wine, the Canary sack, which was called then this type of wine. Well known and traded, was exported then out to Europe, to America. Coastal caves where they used to store it all, and then float out the barrels of wine out, the small boats out to the ship outside, sacks of sugar. That's how they used to export then these products then before. The only way of reaching here was from the sea. There was no road at that time. I still see a lot of the terraces, no? And then the vineyards which you find. Vineyards, potatoes, vegetables, no, self-sufficient on the terraces again. there's air lugs here, no? On the right now, it's massive. And then with the boats, float out the barrels of wine, the sacks of sugar, then out to the ship outside, used to export then out to Europe to America. No? Now the moment is the low tide, no? The high tide is the waves come up to the rocks here, the rocks on the top there, and the sand is then covered. You know? So we need toilets inside.
lunchtime, so you don't have to worry about lunch. Lunch is included, and after lunch you're free to do whatever you want, and we're leaving at 5:30, 5:45 exactly. That's the departure time. Okay? Thank you so much.
Make our way slowly back up again. After that time at Taganana is an ideal place, you can say, to disconnect, to spend the day down here at the beach now. It's warm, the temperatures down the coast can be sunny, of course. So the tides are lower there. A lot of surfers come there to surf then due to the higher waves here. But then ideal to sort of disconnect. I think it's quite far from the south side just to come here. And then the restaurants there, they normally serve them fish, which is then typical here down below as well. Now, of course, as I said, these villages, they have a good communication, but then from the villages there was a large emigration as well. Here from the villages to Santa Cruz, to the main town, the capital, for the last years down to the south side now. But then today it's, in a day you can get there and back in the day, schools, as well as schools for the children here. There's a school here in the town, here in Taganana, and then for further study and I have to go to San Andres, down the other side, Santa Cruz, La Laguna. Well, then this area belongs to the town of Santa Cruz, not the district of Santa Cruz.